Well, welcome, Floorball fans. We're coming to you live from F&M Bank Arena in Clarksville, Tennessee for primetime NAFL action after a 30-minute delay due to transportation issues for the Texas 39ers. We are now ready to begin play here between the Growlers and the 39ers. This matchup will be huge for playoff implications here. Heading into today, after 2 games earlier, the Minnesota Growlers standing at 5th in the playoff rankings. No matter what, Texas will come away and be the leader in playoff rankings as we head to the mid-season point. But the Growlers, with a win today, could come in and tie for 3rd in playoff position as we head into the second half of the 2024 NAFL season. It's more competitive than ever, and we still have every team vying for a chance at the Troy Cup. The Texas 39ers are coming into this match with an undefeated 4-0 record, the only undefeated team in the NAFL. They're looking to continue their miracle run to start off the season. They've come into 2024 with a new look, new name, new jerseys, new talent, and every little bit of that has helped them out as they've been a dominant force so far and an early favorite for the Troy Cup in the NAFL. For the Minnesota Growlers, they're coming off of a tough loss to the Fort Worth Jaguars yesterday, 10-3. It'll be interesting to see what changes that will lead to in today's game. The Growlers weren't able to get any of their passing system off yesterday against the Jaguars, who played them with a lot of continued aggression. That's a style of play that the Texas 39ers enjoy playing, and of course they came out with a victory to start the season in the Battle for Texas match against the Jaguars, our first day of play in the 2024 season. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams come together today. Julius Alakangas on the close wing, losing control of the ball. Kemperosian shot attempt sails wide left. Ball going out. Salakangas to Lechinen. It's good! And an early start here. Ilamari Lechinen comes away with the goal for the Minnesota Growlers. Together today, you can see on the replay, losing control of the ball. Kemperosian shot attempt sails wide. The battle going out. Salakangas to Lechinen. It's good! Clear look there against Nicholas Larson. And with that, it's the Minnesota Growlers first on the board, 18 minutes remaining. And your score now, Minnesota 1, Texas 0. Tuukka Korhonen shot attempt from deep off the top post. A close call there. In the center. The ball sailing back now. It'll go to the Minnesota Growlers' own territory. Tuukka Korhonen, pass far side to Eetu Vanjonpa. Marcus Line to Korhonen. Behind himself to Valtteri Rantala. Rantala to Korhonen. Case Connor pressing up there for the 39ers defense. Rantala again with the ball, now coming into the center lane. The pass behind himself where Korhonen has a lot of space on the point. His team coming in for substitutions. Juuso Lehtiniemi now for Minnesota. On the far side, we go to Mile Mahthaler. Ipau Roila, the pass behind himself to Mahthaler. Now Roila, far side to Lehtiniemi. Looking deep. Pass intended for Eetu Lehtiniemi, but it's chipped up by Peter Lindgren, number 21. His second year as both a player and a coach for the Texas 39ers squad. He leads from the front. William Jonsson, captain of the 39ers, with a pass to Lindgren at the top. Bombardak, Adam Silacek with a pass back down to Lindgren. Jonsson, close wing, looking for Anderson Carlson. Ball heads to the boards, out of bounds. It's going to be a 39ers hit-in. And that shot attempt by Anderson Carlson almost looked like he was going for Janssen on support, but he got tied up there with Al Roila. Now Growlers with possession. Off the boards to Lehtiniemi, sending it deep. The only man there is Adam Silacek. Lindgren looking for a man to pass to as Tito Salakangas comes on the court after the substitution with a lot of fire. He gets a pass off to Tim Anderson Carlson. Now forced behind the goal line in Minnesota territory. Who will he pass to? Looking inside the box for Janssen. He gets it far side to Jonsson, but the ball rolls out. Too much top spin, and it's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit-in to end the possession. Julius Alakangas, the pass to Korhonen. Kemperosi and the up man here for the 39ers defense. Come back, Korhonen, miscommunication there with Tuukka Hiltunen. He drove down when Korhonen expected him to come back for the pass. Texas able to use the angle and try and put some chaos here in the Minnesota offense. Ilmari Lehtinen still with the ball. No pass, shot attempt by Tuukka Hiltunen is good. Together today, Julius Alakangas on the close wing, losing control of the ball. Kemperosi and shot it. And that was number 26, Tuukka Hiltunen, in his second season for the Minnesota Growlers. Able to get them up to a 2-0 lead early in the match. 16:02 remaining. Your score now, Minnesota Growlers 2, Texas 39ers 0. Case Connor driving in Minnesota territory there. Ball chipped away. Alroila on the boards there, fighting for possession in his own territory. Certainly not the start to this match that the 39ers expected coming into this match as a power team. And after seeing the Growlers defeat at the hands of the Fort Worth Jaguars, a team that the 39ers handily beat to start their season. Of course, Minnesota, the last unknown team as the NAFL season follows a round-robin format where every team faces the other twice in a season. Shot attempt there by Line, sailing wide. Lindgren, the pass behind himself, chipped out of bounds by Tom Fuchter. Rule it out on Johnson. It's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit-in. Shot attempt by Mothaler. Sails wide right out of bounds. It'll be a 39ers hit-in. Peter Lindgren set to take it. We'll go to Silacek. He's got Henderson Carlson close for support. Lindgren again. Echelettinimi pressing up. That leaves Silacek with a lot of room. On the other side is a forward, Björninen, going to pause around half court. In the center, Jonsson. Ball chipped there by Korhonen, but Anderson Carlson still able to get to it, but now it's chipped by Echelettinimi. He'll have Björninen for support. He'll try the shot attempt himself. It goes off the stick of Peter Lindgren. Adam Silacek to Anderson Carlson. Lindgren at half court. He'll pass behind himself. Silacek with a wide open look. He'll send it in from deep, but it sails wide left. Out of bounds. It'll be a Minnesota Growlers hit-in. Yipa Roila, captain of the Growlers squad, returning for a second season with that pass there to Julius Alakangas. Alakangas back to Roila. Far side, Janssen starting to press a little bit more aggressively as is Anderson Carlson, but he gets the pass all the way down to Ilmari Lehtinen. The shot by Tuukka Hiltunen. A beautiful shot there. And Minnesota able to come up big. Tuukka Hiltunen, a second goal here early for the Minnesota Growlers. That'll advance their lead to 3. Press a little bit more aggressively as is Anderson Carlson, but he gets the pass all the way down to Ilmari Lehtinen. It came to the shot by Tuukka Hiltunen, steadily behind Nicholas Larsson. And now with 14 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the match, the Growlers extending their lead even further. Your score, Minnesota 3, Texas 0. Ball coming down the line to Eetu Vanjonpa. Far side, Tuukka Korhonen. They'll chip it off the boards. It goes up in the air there. They're going to say that was out on Hampus Fludmar, number 70. It's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit-in. Vanjonpa to Korhonen. To Alroila. Back to Korhonen. Far side, Tom Fuchter. Kemperosi unable to get the ball out behind him to Fludmar. Texas now with possession. Ballbrandt to Lou. Off the far boards. Fludmar with plenty of time and space. The pass to Liljegren. Back to Fludmar now. Valtteri Rantala coming up. But Ballbrandt with some space on the close wing. Will pass it down the line to Lou. Ballbrandt Goes out to Fludmar. Tom Fuchter forcing the pass there. Henrik Lou once again on the close wing. Texas speeding up the passing. Cross court looking for Lillegren. Will be able to find it despite being off the leg there of Tom Fuchter. Rantala trying to capitalize on Paul Brandt, losing control of the ball there. It'll go back out to Fludmar at the point in the center. Rosen. Now to Paul Brandt. Lou cycling to the center. He's got Lillegren far side. He'll try it from deep, trying to find Keparosian inside the box. Unable to get a shot attempt off. Lillegren now behind the goal, looking for a man to pass to. He'll get around to Kokoronen. Paul Brandt takes the sweep shot, goes off the body of Valtteri Rantala, who sends it down deep into Texas territory. Off the backboards, finds Lillegren. He's got Fuchter behind him. He'll go across to Henrik Lou. Substitutions coming in here for both squads. Peter Lindgren back on the court. Lindgren down to Tyler Lee. Send it back down the boards. Peter Lindgren in no rush to field it. The 39ers still scoreless. And what has been a rare opening for them, they've been unable to get their menacing offensives going so far this match. Lee stopped up around half court. His pass goes off the feet there of Letanimi. Bjerninen shot is good. Emily Bjerninen able to make it happen here again for the Minnesota Growlers. That's what's going so far this match. Lee stopped up around half court. His pass goes off the feet there of Letanimi. Bjerninen's shot is good. His wild shot attempt able to connect from deep on the wing. Emily Bjerninen extends the Growlers' lead to 4 here early in the first period. 11:58 remaining. Your score, Minnesota 4, Texas 0. Certainly an unexpected opening to this match, but a fun one to see nonetheless. The ball rolling all the way back to Pasi Arvinen there. Salakanga sends the ball deep to Ilmari Lehtinen. The spin to try and get around Zilicek. Got to go to Salakangas. Lehtinen to Korhonen. Shot chipped up in the air. It'll roll out of bounds. It'll be a Minnesota hit in. Minnesota converting on 4 out of 5 shots on goal. Something big to consider here for Texas is going to be getting Nicholas Larsson's head in the game here. A lot of these shots have resulted from him leaving the goalkeeper area. It'll be interesting to see what goalkeeper adjustments Texas makes or asks of Larsson. Hit in here by the 39ers. Zilicek to Lindgren down the line. Anderson Carlson's shot is good. Tim Anderson Carlson from deep, able to now put the 39ers on the board and end the drought. A lot of these shots have resulted from him leaving the goalkeeper area. It'll be interesting to see what goalkeeper adjustments off Texas of a hit in, and it was a quick play by Texas. Hit in here by the 39ers. Zilicek to Lindgren down the line. Anderson Carlson. Recovery there by Texas on the face-off. Tim Anderson Carlson, a player who has come up big and been a star on this 39er squad as a member of the new talent they brought in over the offseason. And now Texas looking to crawl their way back up to the early lead that Minnesota gained. Now Henrik Lou off the boards to Carl Paulbrandt. Back to Lou. Far side, it's Fludmar. Rosian to Lillegren. Texas is passing, heating up here. This is exactly what they've been needing. Fuchter pursuing Fludmar, leaves Lillegren open. Now Kempa Rosian across to Paul Brandt. Deflected off the body of Line. Rosian's second shot attempt sailing wide left. Marcus Line gets it to Yipao Roila. He'll pass the ball off as both squads once again make substitutions. Mile Marthaler, the pass to Juuso Lehtinen. Close side, Tuukka Korhonen. Off the boards, Eetu Lehtinen. Far side, Emily Bjerninen. Minnesota returning the passing favor. Juuso Lehtiniemi, close side, taking a pause, so go out to the top to Marthaler. Minnesota slowing down the pace of passing here as we enter the second half of the first period. Less than 10 minutes remain. Minnesota still with a 3-goal lead. Mile Marthaler looking across, chipped up off the feet there of Ludwig Jonsson. Unable to get around the body of his own man, Case Connor. Still a grab for possession, and it comes to the close side. Eetu Lehtiniemi passes it off to Tuukka Korhonen as the Growlers look to reset. Korhonen to Salakangas. He's got Lehtinen close side, Korhonen in center. Go back out to Salakangas. He'll pause. Far side, Tita Salakangas comes to Auroila. Now Lehtinen losing some control of the ball, facing a 2-on-1 at the boards against Lee and Janssen. The ball chipped up out of bounds. It's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. Hiltunen to Lehtinen. The age-old connection for the Minnesota Growlers, but facing double-team pressure, they're trying to break it out from behind the net. Tyler Lee losing control, ball sent out of bounds. It'll be ruled a Texas hit, and they're going to say it was out on Lehtinen. 9 minutes remain in the first period. Here, Texas gaining steam against the Growlers, who came out to a nice head start. Silacek edging towards center court, trying to get a pass to Janssen. Julius Salakangas there on defense. Jonsson forcing it to the far side, but it only goes to Tita Salakangas. That pass sailing wide around Lehtinen. And could have been a dangerous look from the range he was at. In the center, William Jonsson trying to capitalize on the substitutions. The pass intended for Alvin Janssen sailing wide, but still Texas maintaining possession. Lindgren will come down the line to Anderson Carlson. Pass intended for the center gets deflected off the body of Julius Salakangas. Anderson Carlson still battling there against Marcus Line. Chipped away off the body of William Jonsson. It goes into the hands of Pasi Arvinen. Coming down the line, it'll go to Valtteri Rantala. Shot goes into the hands of Nicholas Larsson. Coming out to grab it straight. That may be the confidence booster that Larsson needs in order to get his head back in the game after facing a veritable onslaught by the Minnesota Growlers. 6 shots on goal. They've converted 2/3 of them. Hampus Fludmar with Lou. Edging closer towards the center. He was looking deep for Liljegren. Fjukter to Rantala. The ball bounces out of bounds. It'll be another 39ers hit in. Close side, Carl Paulbrandt. Fludmar to Liljegren. Back down to Paulbrandt. The ball had a little bit too much spin on it. Fludmar having to recover. Rantala not a full press yet. The pass goes to Rosen. Liljegren. The shot attempt by Fludmar. Just off the top post, out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Mile Marthaler to Jeep Auroila here on the hit in. Auroila to Lehtiniemi down deep. Bjerrinen shot attempt deflected off the body of Lindgren. He'll get it to Liljegren. Texas driving down with some energy. The pass intended for Kemper Rosian goes to the far boards. They'll have Lehtiniemi on him. He's able to get the ball out to Lindgren. Close side. Paulbrandt driving in close, looking for Liljegren. Rosian misses the shot attempt as well. Now it's Bjerrinen in on the counter, able to get the angle around Lindgren. Going behind the Texas goal. He'll find a man to pass to Eetu Lehtiniemi. Back to Bjerrinen. Now out to Juuso Lehtiniemi, deflected there. Kemper Rosian sending it deep in Minnesota territory. Far side. Lehtiniemi working with Bjerrinen. Mile Marthaler coming around for support. Eetu Lehtiniemi losing sight of the ball, unable to get the shot off. It'll go back to Eetu Lehtiniemi. Down and around to Jeep Auroila. Emily Bjerrinen far side. Close passing. Kemper Rosian able to break it up. He'll come away with possession. Liljegren on the forward break. Trying to get a pass behind himself to Ludwig Jonsson, but it's deflected by Marthaler. The ball chipped out now to the close boards. Liljegren sent flying. Ludwig Jonsson sends the ball to the backboards. Mile Marthaler recovering here for Minnesota. He'll pass it off to Julius Salakangas as we enter the last 6 minutes of the first period. Minnesota still with a 3-goal lead after coming out to a commanding start in this match. Salakangas taking his time. Case Connor breaking up that pass. Looking for a shot, but Korhonen keeping his stick on it. Connor going to the court there. Looks like he might have tweaked an ankle. Able to get back to his feet. Connor walking now to the Texas 39ers bench. It'll be a face-off in the corner to resume. Anderson Carlson there with the gentleman's hit. Minnesota ball, Tuukka Korhonen set to take it for the Growlers. He'll pass to Julius Salakangas. Salakangas down to Korhonen. Anderson Carlson starting to run a press. Janssen anticipating that strategy from his teammate and also getting a little testy with the zone as well. Salakangas now coming around to the point. Janssen trying to cut off the passing lane behind himself. Will have to go on the boards. He'll find Elimari Lehtinen camped by the goal line where he always is. Tuukka Hiltunen now behind the boards. The pass to Lehtinen. Looking for a shot opportunity. He'll have to go to Hiltunen. Now to Lehtinen again. Unable to get the shot off. Korhonen to Tita Salakangas. He'll find Hiltunen. Shot attempt saved twice by Nicholas Larsson. Anderson Carlson over to Janssen in the center. Slapped away by Salakangas. Tita Salakangas driving down deep. He'll go to the backboards, sending it around the bend. Lehtinen now to Marcus Line. Anderson Carlson going to pursue him after he loses control of that pass. It went too deep. Full press here from Texas. Lehtinen in double man coverage. Janssen able to come away with it for the 39ers. He'll spin around. Pass down. Zilicek to Lindgren. Across court. Janssen gets it around Korhonen. Shot saved by Pasi Arvinen. He won't be able to grab it. Minnesota not out of trouble just yet. Zilicek unable to steal the pass there from Tita Salakangas. To Tom Fuchter, saved by Nicholas Larsson. Larsson coming into his own now to close out this first period. Zilicek facing off against Fuchter. Gets it out to Fludmar. Close side, it's Henrik Lou. Go back to Fludmar. Rantala the up man here in the 1-2-2 defense. Fludmar giving up a lot of space, but that leaves Liljegren room for the cross-court pass to Lou. Paulbrandt back to Lou. Paulbrandt on the wing. He'll go across to Fludmar. Back to Lou. Minnesota now stopped up at half court. A little bit of press there from Tom Fuchter. Forced the pass down to Paulbrandt. Now Paulbrandt in the center lane looking across for Liljegren, but Fuchter chips it away. 3 minutes left in the first period. He'll go down the line. Henrik Lou. Chipped away at the last second by Etu Vanjonpa. Rantala and some shoulder contact. Fludmar gets it down, looking for Liljegren. He's the only man there to field it, but Al Roila steals the pass. No looks for Texas just yet. Al Roila passing the ball off as he comes off the court. Mile Marthaler looking to lead the Growlers offense now on a drive into Texas territory. Kemperosian coming up here to meet him. Unable to cut off the rear passing lane. Juuso Lehtinen going to his feet there on a little slip and slide. Marthaler cross court finds Korhonen. Korhonen center lane passes behind himself to Juuso Lehtinen. Looking for an angle. He's driving down himself, but the ball will roll into the hands of Larsson. Looking deep. It's a Minnesota ball. Bjerreinen and shot attempt deflected off the body of Peter Lindgren. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. What can Texas do with it? Janssen to Janssen, looking across to Anderson Carlson, but he was too far. Etu Lehtinen looking to reset for Minnesota. Anderson Carlson going to release a little bit on the pressure. Julius Salakangas takes the ball. We go to Al Roila. Hiltunen to Al Roila to Salakangas. Al Roila back to Salakangas. Minute and a half remaining. Anderson Carlson starting to build some pressure here. Down the line, Tuukka Hiltunen. across. Lehtinen shot on the outside of the net. Tiitas Alakangas off the boards, finds Lehtinen. Ilmari Lehtinen fighting for some breathing room. He'll get the ball to Salakangas, coming back around. The Zorro attempt denied by the post. The ball set, it's still in bounds. Down the line, sails past Lehtinen. Tiitas Salakangas there to recover. Less than a minute remaining in the first period. Now it's Anderson Carlson on the fast break counteroffensive. He'll be forced to the boards there by Lehtinen. He'll spin around, have a bit of breathing room. Shot sails high over the goal. It'll be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. 45 seconds left on the clock. Tuukka Korhonen, the pass to Juuso Lehtinimi. Lyle Marthaler. Korhonen, Lehtinimi sends it down the line looking for Bjerninen. Come back down to Marthaler. Korhonen taking his own time in his own box. 25 seconds left. Backing up, Korhonen taking this slow. Kemperosian turning up the heat here in Minnesota territory. Looks like the Growlers won't even try to make some offense here before the end of the period. Instead, maintaining their lead here. 5 seconds left on the clock. Will Bjerninen do anything with it? He'll send a shot deep. Saved by Larson. And at the end of the first period, your score, Minnesota Growlers 4, Texas 39ers. It's still anybody's match, Floorball fans, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with the second period of play here between the Growlers and the 39ers. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview. All right, Floorball fans of the NAFL, we've just gotten done with the first period of play here between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. I'm joined here by captain of the Growlers squad, number 64, Yipal. Yipal, you had a dominant first period. What is the key to success?
Actually, I don't know. We have two harder games a couple of earlier day, but now we talk with guys. We're gonna do things better and give more heart in this thing, and that helps now. But it's hard to keep it that way, but it's fine.
Sure. What do you think is the biggest thing you're worried about from Texas as you look to the second period?
Actually, I don't worry about Texas. I'm worried about us. Can we keep that good hype, you know, in the bench and things like that? That's the only thing I worry.
And as a team captain, how do you find yourself best helping that energy from your team? How do you encourage it?
I just try to be positive, and you know, if someone gives bad pass, no worries. It happens. Try to keep positive vibes, and that helps a lot.
Very well. Lee Balroy, best of luck in the second period. Thanks for joining us. Floorball fans, don't worry. We'll be back in just a few moments with what's set to be a great second period between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers.
Thank you.
Well, Floorball fans, it's almost time to head back down to the court for what's set to be a great and energetic period of play between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. But first, we'd like to remind you about our sponsors. First of all, the Finnish Bistro. The Finnish Bistro is a beloved local gem, offering a full-service coffee bar, authentic European cuisine, and a delightful bakery. Whether you're in the mood for a rich cup of coffee, a delectable pastry, or a hearty European meal, the Finnish Bistro has something to satisfy every palate. Located at 2264 Como Avenue in St. Paul, Minnesota, we invite you to explore the delicious offerings at the Finnish Bistro. And our next sponsor is Eleiko. They are a manufacturer of precision-crafted strength and gym equipment since 1957. There's also our official clothing partner for the 2024 NAFL season, Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. And finally, the NAFL is proud to announce its official floorball partnership for the 2024 NAFL season with Fat Bike. Bringing you the latest in floorball technology in beautiful Swiss media yellow. Every floorball you see on an NAFL court this season is Fat Bike. And a reminder, floorball fans, if you're interested in the statistics for this or any other NAFL matchup, past, present, or future, you can find it online at sportninja.com or go to the App Store and download the Sport Ninja app. As we get ready to come back in here, we'd like to remind you about the standings heading into this match. Minnesota has an opportunity to end today tied with the Ohio Aviators for third place in the playoff rankings. Texas, no matter whether they win or lose, will still be in first place in the Troy Cup playoff standings as we hit the halfway point in the season. Heading down now for the face-off, it's Anderson Carlson on Letanimi. Recovery by Texas. The Growlers came out to an early and dominant lead here against the Texas 39ers, but Texas has started showing a lot more promise here in the second period. Letanimi to Bjernen and losing control behind himself. Lilligran able to come away with it. This kind of fast-paced game is what Texas has been best at this season. Minnesota, of course, works far better in their passing system whenever they can get it working and send Ilmari Lehtinen down towards the boards. It works so well. The Growlers, of course, use that spread-out, more finished style of playing. They're aggressive with the passing, but they're still pass first. It's more positional, not so much about speed or transition play. Kemperosian coming up there on the press for Texas. Far side, it's Al Royla. The Growlers, of course, coming off of a loss yesterday to the Fort Worth Jaguars, 10-3. They've come out to the season with interesting prospects, some hard-fought battles. They've certainly shown that they're a great team with playoff hopes, but they haven't been as dominant as they looked to be last season. As we head into the locker rooms after that first game, backup goalkeeper Eric Ullman for the Minnesota Growlers looked and said, "This is the Minnesota team we remember." They've certainly hit their stride today. They're facing off against a new-look Texas franchise, of course, last year known as the Texas Tornadoes. The Texas franchise went 1-9 on the season, but now as the 39ers, they're 4-0 and looking to continue that streak with a win today. But in order to do that, they're going to have to come back up against a 3-goal deficit they currently face against the Minnesota Growlers. It'll be a Texas hit in here. Lee, pass to Lindgren. Peter Lindgren on the close wing. We go in the center. Moser, far side to Tyler Lee. Case Connor back on the court after the ankle injury earlier. The pass to Lindgren in the center. Moser down to Janssen. Back out to Lindgren. He's got Tyler Lee, far side. Tom Fuchter coming up to press. Tuukka Korhonen able to break up that pass to Case Connor. Now Minnesota with possession. He'll pause right by Pasi Järvinen and go to Tom Fuchter. Fuchter, close side to Vanjonpa, over to Tuukka Korhonen. Vanjonpa, back to Korhonen, far side. Valtteri Rantala losing control of the ball. Tyler Lee, the Canadian defender, able to get back and recover it and pass to his coach and player, Peter Lindgren. Both teams bringing in substitutions now. Just over 2 minutes have passed so far. Minnesota still without a sustained offensive. Hampus Fludmar now for the 39ers, so pass to Paulbrand. Looking for an opportunity. He'll get the angle around Etuletanimi. Anderson Carlson over to Lilligran. Liljegren at range facing the floor check from Eli Bjernen, and he'll deflect that second pass across the center lane. It'll go to Alroila, who sends it down the boards, but still Texas with possession here after that ball stayed in bounds. Anderson Carlson having to work double time to get to the ball. The game getting a little bit more physical, and both benches getting a lot more engaged in the matchup. That ball sailing into the hands of Pasi Arvinen. He'll pass it far side. Mile Marthaler to Juuso Lehtiniemi. He's got Alroila on the close wing. Henrik Luuk coming up to press here for the Texas defense. Off the boards, to find Bjernen, looking for an angle. He'll get it to Lehtiniemi. Deflected off the body of Liljegren. 3 field players all doing phenomenal defensive work inside the crease. But it's chipped back off the feet of Alroila. Shot from deep by Lehtiniemi, deflected off the ball of Hampus Fludmar. And after that shot goes off the body of Fludmar, it'll be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. Now Minnesota starting to turn up the pressure here on this Texas 39ers squad. It'll be number 26, Tuukka Hiltunen, getting set to take the ball here for the Growlers. He'll have Lehtinen spine behind the goal. Take the pass to him off the backboards. Look over, Julius Salakangas. Powerful ball deflected off the stick there of Rosian. Janssen able to chip it down to the close boards. Zilacek against Tiitas Salakangas. He'll get the ball far side. Orhonen to Hiltunen. Lindgren able to chip the ball away. He'll get it in the center. William Jonsson now breaking it out to the far wing, looking to make something happen and create an offensive drive here for the 39ers. Some miraculous ball handling there. A kick and a push, and Texas still able to maintain possession here. Lindgren calling Jonsson into the center. That'll open up the passing lane to Albin Janssen. Zilacek on the close wing. In the center, William Jonsson boxed out there by Tuukka Hiltunen. Unable to get a shot attempt off from mid-range center lane. Come away with it after a deflection. William Jonsson, of course, a returner from last year's Texas Tornadoes squad. He's captain this year. Certainly fitting. He was one of the top performers for the Tornadoes last season. Gave them a lot of flashes despite their record of 1-9. A lot of flashes of greatness came from him. And he's done a great job this season of leading old and new talent. That's one of the great things about the 39ers. They represent the improvement that we've seen from every team in the NAFL, but we've seen it especially this season with the last ranked team from 2023 standing at the top of the playoff standings as we head to the half-season point. Marcus Lane goes to the pass off the boards, broken up there by Case Connor. Both sides looking for the call, but it's going to be Minnesota who receives the hit in. Emily Bjernen, number 96, will go far side to Mile Marthaler. 5 minutes have passed in the second period, still scoreless. This time around, Bjernen, cross court, Tuukka Korhonen, far side, Marthaler. Back out to Juuso Lehtiniemi. Head to Lehtiniemi, around the goal line. To Bjernen, and the shot is deflected up and away off the body of Derek Moser. It'll be a Growlers hit in once more. From deep, Juuso Lehtiniemi shot sails wide left. Peter Lindgren now coming in the center lane. Ball chipped away there by Lehtiniemi, but it still gets to number 10, Tyler Lee of the 39ers. Lee to Lindgren. Oscar Liljegren now looking to lead out this new squad for the 39ers. Fludmar to Paul Brandt. Back to Fludmar. Lehtinen. Now the up man here, Liljegren, goes back out to Paul Brandt. Far side, he's got Anderson Carlson. Lehtinen pressing a bit here, looking to cut off that passing lane, but he's still able to connect with Anderson Carlson. The shot deflected off the body of Yipa Alroila. Sent down deep to Paul Brandt. Both players going to the court. Free hit's going to be awarded here to the Texas 39ers off of the Ilomari Lehtinen contact with Carl Paul Brandt. All love between the two players. They're going to take a quick pause here to mop off the floor where the contact was. Now Fludmar set to take the hit here to resume play for the 39ers. Tiitas Salakangas starting to press up. Lehtinen as well. They'll get the ball down deep. Tim Anderson-Carlson on the far wing. Shot saved by Pasi Arvinen. Yipa Roila facing double team coverage. Stumbling, bumbling, and the ball goes out of bounds. That'll be a Texas 39ers hit in. Referee Vince Faso taking quick time here to discuss the call. Captain Yipa Roila of the Growler squad discussing. He was the player there in the corner in that possession battle. And referee Vince Faso saying, yes, that was my bad. The call has changed. Now it's going to be Yipa Roila set to take the hit for the Growlers. Julius Alakangas coming to the close wing. Lou releasing early here for the Texas defense. Floor checking. Taunting him almost for that pass to Salakangas, but it's still able to get through. Al Roila off the boards. Lehtinen sending it around the bend to Tuukka Hiltunen waiting down there. The ball rolling out of bounds. It'll be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. Hiltunen to Lehtinen. A familiar pass indeed. The Growlers, not so much a team that deal with instantaneous moments of greatness, but it's a matter of trusting their passing system, letting it work, sending a player to spy behind the goal, create opportunities on the wing. They pass and pass and pass and wait for their opponent to slip. Anderson-Carlson trying to break the ball down the boards. It sails out of bounds. It'll be a 39ers hit in. Anderson-Carlson set to take it here. Paul Brandt. Pass behind himself to Lindgren. He'll get it around Salakangas to Jonsson. Facing a 2-on-1 on the boards, it's chipped back. Silacek in for support. Peter Lindgren facing a press there from Salakangas. Rantala coming to meet him as well, but Anderson-Carlson open with space on the wing. The pass, Lou looking across to Jonsson, but it's deflected off the body of Julius Salakangas, but Anderson-Carlson able to convert. A lot of these shots have resulted from him leaving the goalkeeper area. Beautiful play to see there. What goalkeeper adjustments Texas makes. And the Texas 39ers able to make it work. Tim Anderson-Carlson putting it away and putting Texas on the board for the first goal of the second period. As we head down for the face-off, it's Jansen on Fuchser. Peter Lindgren, Adam Silacek. William Jonsson to Silacek, back to Jonsson. Texas now with a little bit extra pep in their step after that goal. With 12 minutes remaining, it's Minnesota 4, Texas 2. That means the Minnesota lead continues to get cut down. A lot of it at the hands of Tim Anderson-Carlson here. Jansen, the pass to Rosen. 39ers looking to make something happen here in Minnesota territory. Korhonen losing side of the ball. The Zorro pass, oh my gosh! What a shot there. Jansen, the assist, goes to Kempa Rosian. Another Texas goal in rapid succession there. What a shot there. Jansen, the assist, goes to Kempa Rosian. It was a beautiful goal there. And now Texas getting closer and closer there off of the Kempa Rosian goal. Your score just under 12 minutes remaining. It's Minnesota 4, Texas 3. Lindgren goes across to Davidson. Losing some control of the ball, but he's still able to get it to Derek Moser. Advantage granted there to the 39ers. Moser looking across, deflected there off the legs of Pasi Arvinen. Al Roila to Juuso Lehtinen on the close wing. Juuso Lehtinen far side to Eetu Lehtinen. Chipped away there by Lee. Trying to drive in traffic. The ball goes to Ludwig Jonsson, who sends it into Minnesota territory. Yipa Roila there to recover for the Growlers. Emily Bjernanen, a spin around. Pass far side to Mile Marthaler. Bjernanen The pass back to Mothala. Bjernenen's shot is good. From the wing, Minnesota now with an answer to the Texas scoring run to start off the second period. Emily Bjernenen from the far side connecting for the Growlers squad and re-extending their lead to 2. Bjernenen's shot is good.
Bjernenen on the far wing.
From the wing, Minnesota now with it. It was a beautiful shot that now is going to be great to give this squad a little bit more energy after the repeated Texas offensives. 10:42 remaining in the second, your score. It's Growlers 5, 39ers 3. Recovery on the faceoff by Texas. Certainly been a hotly contested second period here. Blue pass deflected there by Elimari Lehtinen. It'll get it to Tita Salakangas. Over to Tuukka Hiltunen, looking behind himself. Lehtinen losing control of the ball behind him. Unable to get a shot attempt off. A close call there on the Minnesota fast break. Ball chipped up in the center. Losing control at Salakangas. Now trying to keep the pressure on Tim Anderson-Carlson, but he'll break around. Advantage granted their shot attempt with a lot of power, but too much spin since the ball to the left of the goal there. It'll bounce out of bounds. It's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. Substitutions here for both squads. Just over 10 minutes remain here in the second. Minnesota retaking some of the momentum that Texas took away at the beginning of this second period. Mile Mothala to Juuso Lehtinen, officially halfway through the match now as we enter the last 10 minutes of the second period. Lindgren trying to come away with a steal. He's able to get it out to Henrik Lou. Bjernenen comes away there with speed from behind. He'll help Lou get his stick after the collision. Advantage was granted to the 39ers there on that play. Lindgren. He'll chip the ball to Lou. Going across court, intercepted by Jipa Auroila. Auroila to Emily Bjernenen on the wing. He shoots and scores. Emily Bjernenen again able to score for the Minnesota Growlers. Jipa Auroila. Auroila to Emily Bjernenen on the wing. He shoots and scores. Didn't hesitate and sent it to the far post. 9 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the second period. Your score now, Minnesota Growlers 6, 39ers 3. Now on the face-off, Salakangas against Janssen. Recovery by the 39ers, who once again face a 3-goal deficit. This time it's at 6-3 versus 4-1. But the lead is the same. Nonetheless, the Growlers have been dominant so far in this match, especially compared to the performance we saw yesterday against the Jaguars. Henrik Lou, far side, faking the slap shot. He'll go cross court. Pass to Zilicek. Back over to Lou. On the wing, looking towards the crease for Janssen. The ball chipped back into 39ers territory. Peter Lindgren recovering. Lindgren now on the close wing, in the center. Janssen, far side to Lou. Still camping out on that far left wing. Peter Lindgren to Lou. Sweep shot around, and a second attempt by Janssen. Both misses. Now driving down, it's Tuukka Hiltunen. But he's intercepted by Lou. Korhonen able to get the angle around, however. Across to Tita Salakangas. Over to Korhonen. Deflected off the leg there of Peter Lindgren. Tita Salakangas trying to keep the drive alive for the Minnesota Growlers. Elimari Lehtinen behind the goal looking for a man to pass to. He'll have Mile Mothala on the close wing. Instead of go behind himself, Tita Salakangas looking for Korhonen. Instead it goes to the 39ers. Blue will send the ball behind him. Korhonen with energy, able to get to the ball before Peter Lindgren can, and he'll pass to Mile Mothala. Mothala sending it around to Julia Salakangas. Janssen playing duck, duck, goose there on the defense. The shot attempt by Lehtinen deflected by Larson. Peter Lindgren now looking to reset here this Texas offense as his team will make substitutions. Carl Paulbrandt now at the point. He'll pass far side to Tim Anderson-Carlson. Off the boards behind himself to Paul Brandt. Back down to Anderson Carlson once more. Deflected there by Mothaler. Driving down with speed to lose it behind himself. Rosen driving down, looking in the center to Fludmar. Järninen, so much speed, able to come away with the steal. Free hit awarded here to the Minnesota Growlers, and he's going to call Hampus Fludmar to meet with him. Marcus Lane will go with the pass to Korhonen. Far side to Tom Fuchter. Back out, Korhonen to Vanjonpa. Down the line, looking for Lane. Fludmar pursuing him heavily. He's behind the Texas goal, looking to put it in the crease, but it's chipped away by Paul Brandt. Close side, Vanjonpa. Around the bend, Rantala on Fludmar. Rantala comes away with it to Vanjonpa. Shot attempt sailing wide left, out of bounds. Texas 39ers ball. Paul Brandt set to take it. He'll come to Silacek. Jonsson close side. Silacek again in the center lane. Taking his time, pausing around the crease. We'll go with the easy pass to Lindgren. Jonsson in center. Rantala starting to press. Force the pass to Jonsson. Korhonen able to come from behind. They've been spying that center passing lane all day. Lindgren. Pausing, turning around. Minnesota's defense backing off a tad here as we come close to 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Minnesota still with that 3-goal lead over the 39ers. The pass. Janssen, shot saved by Pasi Arvinen. Gonna roll out of bounds and be a Texas 39ers hit in. Jonsson with Janssen down the line. Silacek. He'll pass to Lindgren at half court. Peter Lindgren through the legs of Rantala. Now it's Lou on the far side. Lindgren at the point to Henrik Lou. He's got Janssen. Janssen pushed back there by Fuchter. Will go with the pass back to Lindgren. In the center, it's Janssen again, losing some control. Rantala able to chip it to the boards. Lou overshoots it. Turnover there. It'll go to the Growlers. Korhonen parking behind the goal as his team makes substitutions. He'll pass it off to captain of his squad, number 64, Jipa Auroila. Auroila to Julio Salakangas. Down the line to Dita Salakangas. Around the bend, it didn't roll like Lehtinen thought it would. He'll have to go back out to Julius Salakangas. Now to Lehtinen on the wing. Deflected off the body of Oscar Liljegren. Facing 2-on-1 pressure. He's moving in space, trying to get a pass off. The ball sent deep instead into Minnesota territory. Less than 5 minutes remain now in the second period. Auroila to Julius Salakangas. Back over to Auroila. Lehtinen speeding up the passing here. He'll lose control of the ball. Paul Brandt trying to capitalize. He'll go to the ground by the boards, but he's still able to come away with it. Liljegren jips the pass to Fludmar. Looking over to Kemperosian, unable to get the shot off inside the crease. Free hit here for Minnesota on the interference. Korhonen wasting no time with the pass to Mothaler. Janssen coming up to press Juuso Lehtinen. He'll back off to around three-quarter court. Korhonen far side as Texas shifts to a 1-2-2. Juuso Lehtinen the spin to get around Jonsson. Lindgren backing him up at the boards. Järninen forced into his own territory. Go the pass to Korhonen. Now the center lane open. A pass far side to Mothaler. Mothaler down to Lehtinen. Lehtinen across. Juuso Lehtinen pausing now with the ball on the close wing. The shot off the outside post. A battle at the boards. It'll go off the feet there of Lehtinen. Carl Paul Brandt able to come away with it and keep the 39ers alive. 3.5 minutes remain now in the second period. Silacek to Lindgren. Off the foot there of Lehtinen, but it'll go back to Bombardak. Adam Silacek. Jonsson to Silacek. He'll lose some control of the ball there, but it's okay. Not enough pressure from Minnesota to make it count. Now Lindgren driving down, 3-on-1 in traffic. There was only one way that was going to go. But Texas still able to maintain possession. William Jonsson close wing at the half court. Far side, Lindgren, the pass inside to Janssen, rolls all the way to Jonsson. Jonsson trying to get around Bjerren and then back to Janssen, but it's Letanimi able to take it or get it out to Korhonen. Korhonen driving down to the close boards, back through the legs of Janssen. Blue with the shot, it's good! A beautiful attempt there. He's able to make it happen from the wing off the rebound. Texas is back in the match after a scoring drought. Take it or get it out to Minnesota runaway. Driving down to the close boards, back through the legs of Janssen.
Skipped away by
with
Janssen,
the shot,
got to
it's good! Saw an opportunity, and he didn't hesitate. Henrik Lou there for the 39ers, bringing the Minnesota Growlers lead back to only 2. With 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the second period, your score now, Minnesota Growlers 6, Texas 39ers 4. Far side, it's Yipao Ruela. And to Julius Alakangas. Hiltonen coming into the center here for the Growlers. Taking a pause, Minnesota trying to control the momentum and the pace. Let the game be dictated at their speed, which they're speeding up right now as Tuukka Hiltonen drives behind the Texas goal, chipped up off the stick of Floorball, but Alakangas able to come away with it. The shot attempt from deep by Julius Alakangas, just saved by Nicholas Larsson. Floorball for the 39ers. He'll go across to Paul Brandt. Back to Floorball. Salakangas pressing now, forcing Floorball back deeper into his own territory. Liljegren on the close wing with the pass back over to Floorball, far side. Paul Brandt over to Anderson Carlson. Looking deep for Liljegren across the crease, but it's deflected out of bounds off the body of Yipao Ruela. It's going to be a hit in now for the Texas 39ers. Shot attempt, sails high over the goal. It'll be a hit in here for the Growlers. Less than 2 minutes remain. Can Texas continue their rise in momentum and try and get another goal here before we head to intermission and the third period? Juuso Letanimi, the pass to Korhonen. Far side, Jamal Mothaler. Korhonen down to Juuso Letanimi. Rosian starting to press, forcing the pass off the backboards there. Anderson Carlson now breaking off. Bjerren at the center. Korhonen down to Mothaler. He goes across, saved by Nicholas Larsson. Ball hit out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Shot attempt saved again by Larsson. Kicked up in the air by Liljegren. Anderson Carlson trying to get around Bjerren. It'll go. Paul Brandt to Lindgren. Far side. Anderson Carlson shot sails just wide right. Off the boards, Bjerren gets the angle around Lindgren, 3-on-2, but it's deflected off the body of Paul Brandt. You can hear the cheers coming from the court. Bjerren still with possession. He'll hold on to it as the squad makes substitutions and pass it to Yipao Ruela. Less than a minute remaining. Minnesota has retaken some of the initiative here as we get ready to close out the second period of play. Minnesota currently with 16 shots on goal throughout the match. The 49ers with 12. A rather proportional shot completion percentage here. The Growlers, of course, early on the match had 80% shot completion, 5 shots on goal for 4 goals made. That slowed down as Nicholas Larsson has been able to come up big for the Texas defense, and their field players have done a great job, too, of defending. Anderson Carlson across, looking for Lou inside the crease. Time about to inspire. Shot saved by Järvinen. And at the end of the second period, it's still a close match. Your score at the end of 2, Minnesota Growlers 6, Texas 39ers 4. Floorball fans, you're not going to want to miss what comes next in just over 10 minutes when we see the exciting conclusion of the matchup between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview. Well, floorball fans of the NFL, we've just got done with another electric period of play between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. I'm joined here by number 37 of the 39ers squad, Carl Ballbrand. How are you feeling after that second period?
I mean, I think in the first period we got off to a bad start. All the other games we had like a very big start. So now we've been through something we haven't really been before. We have to work from behind. And I think in the second period we worked ourselves up. We started to put more energy into the play. And unfortunately we dropped a little bit there too. But overall I think we've been working ourselves up more than do the same in the third period.
As you get ready to head to the third period, do you see it more as an energy issue or is it a strategy issue as well against this Minnesota team?
I mean, we haven't really been used to playing against this high tempo, I think. The other teams have been a little bit slow, and now we have to try to work against the high tempo and stuff. So, yeah, we have a lot to talk about, I think, but we'll try our best.
And what do you think is the main concern they're going to look for from the Growlers as you head into the third period? What adjustment do you anticipate them making?
I think they're going to keep playing just as they are. They are a very good team, and we've seen in the other games that maybe they dropped them a little bit in the third. We're going to try to take advantage of that.
Very well. Best of luck.
Thank you very much
for joining us, Carl. Floorball fans, don't worry. We're going to be back soon with more great NAFL action between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. Well, Floorball fans, it's almost time to head back down to the court for what's set to be a phenomenal third period of play between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. But first, we'd like to remind you about our sponsors. First of all, Eleiko, manufacturer of precision-crafted strength and gym equipment since 1957. Our next sponsor is the Finnish Bistro. The Finnish Bistro is a beloved local gem, offering a full-service coffee bar, authentic European cuisine, and a delightful bakery. Whether you're in the mood for a rich cup of coffee, a delectable pastry, or a hearty European meal, the Finnish Bistro has something to satisfy every palate. Located at 2264 Como Avenue in St. Paul, Minnesota, we invite you to explore the delicious offerings of the Finnish Bistro. And of course, the NAFL's official clothing partner for the 2024 season is Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. And our official floorball partnership for the 2024 NAFL season is with Fat Pipe, bringing you the latest in floorball technology in beautiful Swiss media yellow. Every floorball you see on an NAFL court this season is Fat Pipe. And a reminder, floorball fans, if you're curious about the statistics to this or any other NAFL game, past, present, or future, you can go online to sportninja.com or download the Sport Ninja app from the App Store. Floorball fans, as we get ready to head into the third period of this matchup, this is going to be a game to watch. The Minnesota Growlers have been rather dominant, especially in the first period, in the back half of that second period. But Texas has shown some flashes of why they're the only undefeated team in the NAFL currently as it stands. No matter what the outcome of this match is, they will end the day as the leaders in the playoff rankings. Minnesota, however, with a win, has a chance to come up and rival Ohio for third in the Troy playoff rankings. Minnesota has been back to their form that they had at the end of last season when it comes to dominating other teams with their passing. But Texas, they are playing some fast-paced, aggressive floorball here, and that's created a lot of scoring opportunities. Hopefully they'll be able to convert on more. Liljegren with the pass to Rosian, saved by Bassi Arvinen. When we spoke to Carl Paulbrand of the 39ers during the intermission, he told us the key was the Minnesota Growlers came out and were playing a far more fast-paced game than the 39ers were expecting, and it's taken some time to adjust to them. He said for them in the third period, it's going to be a matter of energy. He said he didn't expect the Growlers to do anything different. They're a great team, and their strategy has obviously been working this match. The pass to Lehtinen. Back to Tita Salakangas. Off the boards, Al Roila, far side, Julia Salakangas. Looking down, Tita Salakangas. The pass to Hiltonen. Down to Al Roila. Julia Salakangas' shot goes off the body of Paulbrand. Paulbrand behind himself to Lou. Far side, Hampus Fludmar. Both teams making substitutions here. Fuchter coming up to meet Lou. Now it's Fludmar alone in the backcourt. He'll pass to Paulbrand to Lou in the center. Janssen looking for Janssen in the crease, but it's chipped away. Rantala and Vanyanpalm, the defense there for the Growlers. A Zorro move there from Albin Janssen. Now Paulbrand to the point. Goes to Fludmar. Shot on target, saved by Bassi Arvinen. And now it's Hampus Fludmar. The shot there by Tom Fuchter. Deflected off the helmet of Larson. Janssen shot goes off the top post. It'll be a hit in for the Minnesota Growlers. A lot of back and forth transition play to start off this third period. It certainly is going to be an energetic end to this matchup. Al Roila taking his pause, so pass to Mothaler. Still taking his time. We'll have Juuso Lehtinen for support as well. The last time these two teams met last season, the Growlers came away 13-5 in a dominating performance over the then Texas Tornadoes, who went 1-9 last season. The script has certainly been flipped this year. The 39ers have proven time and time again why they're one of the best in the NAFL. But against the Growlers, this seems to have been their toughest matchup yet. Liljegren. Ball chipped away. It'll get back out to Anderson Carlson. Looking for a sweep, but too much spin, and it rolls to Bassi Arvinen. Titus Alakangas at half court, cross court pass to Bjerninen. Bjerninen now in the center lane looking for a man to get it to. And look back across to Titus Alakangas. Ball staying in bounds. No one, including myself, expected that. Bjerninen had a race to get there. Titus Alakangas, Roila. Far side, Alakangas again will go down to Bjerninen. Coming around, he's stopped up by Peter Lindgren, who kicks the ball away. Able to get it around Bjerninen, Kemparosian, far side. Off the boards, Silacek hit overshot. Titus Alakangas able to capitalize here for the Growlers and come away with possession. Behind the goal, he was looking across to Edelton, but he gets to Korhonen. Korhonen shot goes into the hands of Larsson. Now Anderson Carlson on the close wing. Unable to get an angle around Julius Alakangas, will be forced to the backboards. Two tall players with dominating physical size up against one another. Anderson Carlson pass goes off the leg there of Hiltonen. Järvinen overextended himself, but Janssen unable to get the shot off for the 39ers. Janssen takes a shot, it goes off the foot there of Tuukka Hiltonen. Back out, Fludemar to Paulbrandt, back to Fludemar. He'll go across, Albin Janssen. Coming around, Korhonen for support there from Minnesota in their own territory, but it's going to be a free hit called here for the 39ers. Janssen to Janssen, back to Janssen. Off the boards. Paulbrandt shot nearly chipped in off the rebound. It was a close call there for Minnesota. Both teams still scoreless here in the first quarter of the third period. Blue now on the wing. The shot deflected there off the hand of Pasiarvinen. It'll sail to the far corner. Salakangas on Janssen. Both of them, I think, losing sight of the ball. Tuukka Korhonen now for the Growlers, pausing. Janssen not going to give him too much breathing room, however. Will pass to Titus Alakangas, far side. Looking for a man to pass to. He'll go back to Mile Marthaler. Letanimi to Auroila. 5 minutes have passed so far in the third period. Been a lot of back and forth, but very few scoring opportunities so far. Bjerninen looking for a shot. He'll pause instead and pass back out to Jipa Auroila. Far side, Bjerninen. Back to Auroila. Not a lot of pressure here from the Texas defense. Bjerninen on the wing now, going behind the goal with some speed. He'll stop, look for a man to pass to. Chipped up there and away out of bounds off the stick of Kemparosian. Bjerninen. The pass behind himself to Auroila. Rosian with a light press. Anderson Carlson coming up for support against Bjerninen. He'll make a cut in space. It's deflected by Rosian. The shot just saves off the body of Auroila, off the teamwork there by Anderson Carlson. The board sent wildly out of alignment there on that contact. Free hit's going to be called here for the Growlers. A high five there between goalkeeper Pasiarvinen and captain Jipa Auroila. After that phenomenal defense by the two of them, keeping Minnesota's lead alive as the 39ers look to make a comeback happen here in this third period. Floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where anything can happen, so it's certainly not outside the realm of possibility that the 39ers come back, especially given everything that we've seen from them during this 2024 NAFL season. Titus Alakangas to Julius Alakangas, chipped away by Liljegren, but he's able to send it back down into Texas territory. Julius Alakangas, the spin around, but it goes to Anderson Carlson. The Texas bench upset there. It's going to be a free hit awarded to the Minnesota Growlers. 14 minutes remain in the third period. Both teams an equal amount of shots on goal at this point. Korhonen behind his own goal. Anderson Carlson there waiting in the crease. Titus Alakangas, pass sent deep. Comes to Lindgren, close wing. He's facing pressure from Julius Alakangas. Will get the ball out in center space to Liljegren. Back to Lindgren. Liljegren coming out. William Jonsson coming in here for the Texas squad. Jonsson in the center, in traffic. Forced back into his own territory. He'll have Silacek far side. He'll take the ball himself instead. Now he'll pass to Silacek. Lindgren on the close wing. Rongeles behind that passing lane. Back to Lindgren. He'll go inside to Jonsson. The spin around. Anderson Carlson was able to get the shot attempt off. It went through the legs of Tuukka Hiltonen, but he reacted in time to deflect the shot with his stick. Still a Texas hit in. Fludemar far side to Janssen. Hampus Floorball taking his pause. He's got Jonsson on the far wing. He was looking in the center for Janssen, but it's deflected by Marcus Lane. Rantala chips the ball up and out of bounds. It's going to be ruled a Growlers hit in. 13 minutes remain in the third period. Rantala, shot attempt, deflected off the body of William Jonsson. It'll be a Texas out there. It's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit in the far corner. Tom Fuchter set to take it with support from Rantala. Fuchter to Rantala. Around the bend, it's too powerful even for Fuchter to field it where he was at. He had to sail around in order to grab that ball. Alroila sends the pass down deep to Rantala. He's needing support there against Ballbrand. He'll send the ball back with a hope and a prayer, but Texas able to come away with possession. William Jonsson, a lot of space. He'll pass cross court to Floorball. Back to Jonsson. Jonsson able to get around Lane. He'll go to Lou for support. Hampus Floorball sends it deep. Saved by Pasi Arvinen, but unable to catch the rebound. Now it's Albin Janssen. Able to get the ball out. Jonsson to Lou. Texas maintaining possession in Minnesota territory. Floorball taking the pass there. Shot again saved by Pasi Arvinen. Alroila sending it down deep into 39ers territory. Tom Fuchter going to make it a race for Carl Ballbrand there. Full court press from Fuchter. 12 minutes remain in the third period. Tensions are heating up here on the court. Substitutions in here. Peter Lindgren backing off. He'll pass to Anderson Carlson, close wing. Slow pass to Lindgren. He's got Zilacek far side. No man in the middle here for the Texas 39ers. Anderson Carlson gets it to Lindgren. Bjernanen getting low. Zilacek cross-court pass deflected by Mal Mothaler. He'll get it to Antoletanimi, far side, looking to Bjernanen. Saved twice by Nicholas Larson. What crucial saves those were for the Texas 39ers as they try to keep their comeback hopes alive here. Peter Lindgren, close wing to Anderson Carlson. Ball deflected in traffic, but Texas still able to come away with it. Now Anderson Carlson at the point, passes to Lindgren on the wing. Heavy stick pressure there from Mothaler. Anderson Carlson on the far side, shot deflected by Emily Bjernanen. Juuso-Lehtiniemi off the boards, gets it to Bjernanen. He'll get the angle around Lindgren. Look at the speed. To Antoletanimi, to Mothaler. Saved by Nicholas Larson. Beautiful defense there. Texas again staying alive by inches. Anderson Carlson shot attempt sails wide out of bounds. It's going to be a Minnesota Growlers hit in. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Alroila to Hiltunen. They go far side, Julius Alakangas. Now to Alroila once more on the close wing. Carl Ballbrand coming away with a steal there for the 39ers, chipping it around Ilmari Lehtinen. Now William Jonsson trying to get there. Ilmari Lehtinen going to the ground as it's going to be an interference call and a free hit for the 39ers. Carl Ballbrand takes that hit. He'll go to Floorball. Floorball in the center to Jonsson. Back to Floorball. He'll go in the center. Janssen losing control on that pass. It'll sail all the way to Pasi Arvinen. Titus Alakangas down to Lehtinen, deep in Texas territory. Lehtinen goes back, working with Alakangas behind the Texas goal line. Hiltunen in the center for support, trying to find Lehtinen's spine on the far side of the goal, but the pass too powerful, unable to connect. Alroila to Alakangas, back to Alroila. Less than 10 minutes remain in the third period. Still scoreless here in the third. Lehtinen losing control there off a push. Advantage granted. Alakangas shot off the post out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Antoletanimi set to take the hit here. He'll have Mal Mothaler with him. The pass to Juuso-Lehtiniemi, whose shot attempt goes on the outside of the net. Texas recovering here. It'll be Peter Lindgren. Coming around now, cycling onto the close wing. He'll saunter into Minnesota territory here. He's got a little bit more space on the wing. He's not putting too much pressure on yet. Waiting for a man to pass to. Trying to find Kemperosian in the center, but the ball deflected there by number 24, Tuukka Korponen. He'll get the ball out to number 28, Mal Mothaler. Juuso-Lehtiniemi. Now coming on the close wing, deep pass. Sails under a chair on the Texas bench there. Had a lot of power, but not the right angle. Anderson Carlson on the hit in here for the 39ers to Liljegren. Deep shot sailing wide left. Stays in bounds. Kemperosian pursuing it against Korhonen. It'll get out to Bjernanen. Paul Brandt on defense. He's able to get the pass off Tita Salakangas. But now a battle for possession ends in the ball going out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Tita Salakangas to Jipa Auroila. Auroila backing off here. Anderson Carlson coming up to press him. Far side. Julius Salakangas now in the center. Ilmari Lehtinen shot goes out of bounds off the body of Oscar Liljegren. Minnesota has turned up the heat here as they look to quell all chances of a Texas comeback as they try to hand the 39ers their first loss of the season. The ball sent to the far boards. Julius Salakangas to Tita Salakangas looking across to Lehtinen, but it's deflected off the leg of Larson. Shot attempt by Hilton and sailing wide right out of bounds. It'll be a Texas 39ers hit in as they look to end the onslaught. Lindgren to Fludmar. Lindgren sending the ball down deep, looking for Lou. It's intercepted there by number 24, Tuukka Korhonen, driving down center lane. Shot attempt off the helmet there of Nicholas Larson. He'll grab it off the rebound as Korhonen goes to the ground. Peter Lindgren now on the close wing for the 39ers. Lou to Fludmar with some space. Not looking to press the issue too early here for the 39ers. They know they still have time. Only 2 goals to go. Henrik Lou's shot sailing wide right out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Juuso Lehtiniemi sends the ball down to Edge. Lehtiniemi trying to get around Paul Brandt. Jonsson able to come away with the steal for the 39ers. Fludmar to Paul Brandt. Lou now on the close wing. Back to Paul Brandt. Cross court to Fludmar. Texas speeding up the passing now. Lou to Paul Brandt. Again, Lou on the close wing. Facing increased pressure there from Mile Mothaler. Minnesota's defense getting a little extended and between the legs pass there. Albin Janssen now in the corner. Back out to Fludmar. Over to Paul Brandt. A pass behind himself. Now Lou on the close wing. Perimeter passing has been key here in this sustained Texas offensive. Ball's going to sail out of bounds off a Minnesota Growlers body. It'll be a Texas 39ers hit in. It'll be Tim Anderson Carlson and Kemperosian set to take it here. They'll nonchalantly take the hit, trying to catch the defense off guard. Lindgren far side. Rosen down to Paul Brandt at the point. Salakangas pursuing him into his own territory. He's got Lindgren in the center for support, but he can't see him. We'll get out to Kemperosian. Lindgren slowing down. Paul Brandt down to Anderson Carlson in the center. Rosian shot attempt goes off the body there. Julius Salakangas. Liljegren still with possession. Sends the ball down over the far side. It's a battle on the boards for possession. Hiltunen on Anderson Carlson. That ball deflected off the stick of Hiltunen. Far side, Tito Salakangas. Liljegren able miraculously to keep the ball in bounds. It'll go off. Finally out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers hit in. Julius Salakangas to Mile Mothaler. Back to Juuso Lehtiniemi. Auroila with some space. Chip pass to Lehtinen. Back to Auroila. Unable to get the shot attempt off. Anderson Carlson able to nip it in the bud. Juuso Lehtiniemi now recovering for the Growlers. He'll go far side to Emily Bjernanen as both teams bring in substitutions here. Bjernanen to the boards against Fludmar. He'll go over the boards. It's going to be a ball awarded here to the 39ers. Referee Vince Faso correcting the call off the push. It's going to be a Growlers ball. Less than 6 minutes remaining here in the third period. Neither team has been able to score in the third. Bjernanen shot saved by Larson. Lindgren gets the angle there on Marcus Lane. Deflected off the legs there of Bjernanen, but Texas still with possession. Far side, Albin Janssen. Cross court, off the foot there, Bjerren and Lou able to recover, however, off the rebound. He'll pass behind himself, Floorball down to Lindgren. Floorball, center court, the pass, cross court to Lou. Texas has not been able to penetrate this Minnesota Growlers defense. They haven't been able to get passes off to the men in the center. That's been critical for Minnesota, stopping these chances of a comeback for the 39ers. The ball hit up out of bounds. It's going to be a Texas 39ers hit in. They're going to have to figure out this compressed Minnesota Growlers defense if they want to score these last 2 goals. Minnesota's done a great job all day of keeping Texas from having great looks. Anderson Carlson driving, looking for Liljegren, chipped away by Kemperosi, and now it's on the close boards. Pressure from Salakangas. He's got Anderson Carlson for support, but it gets out to Lamari Lettinen. It goes off the body of Liljegren, chipped up. It's still going to go deep to Tita Salakangas in the far corner in Texas territory. Chipped by Lindgren. Carl Paulbrandt losing the ball behind him. Tita Salakangas able to get there, looking for a man to pass to. He'll find Hiltonen. Anderson Carlson's stick goes flying. Hiltonen was unable to get a shot attempt off. However, it's Elamari Lettinen off the boards. Will go to Yipa Roila. Just over 4 minutes remaining. With every passing second, Texas needs every opportunity that much more. The save there by Larson and a pass to Lindgren. Lindgren getting the angle there around Mothaler. Far side, Anderson Carlson unguarded. Shot from deep off the helmet of Järvinen. Floorball, close wing. Anderson Carlson now. The pass back to Floorball. Less than 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Floorball to Jonsson. Back behind himself. Now to Paulbrandt. Out to Floorball. Cross-court pass chipped there by Mothaler, but Anderson Carlson still able to get there. Look at that spin move. Shot attempt off the body of his own man, Jonsson. Janssen unable to get the rebound shot attempt off. A critical moment there for the Growlers, but the offensive drive isn't over for Texas just yet. Anderson Carlson. Shot goes off the body there of Mothaler. Silacek on the Texas bench looking for a call. The 39ers still with possession. 3 minutes left in the third period. Lindgren to Jonsson. Shot goes off the body of Juuso Lehtiniemi. Salakangas losing control to Anderson Carlson. Center lane, he'll also lose control. It's bouncing, bobbling, and going into Texas territory now. A battle on the boards ends with Lettinen coming away. Some smooth stick work trying to get around Jonsson. Growlers still with possession. Hiltonen to Tita Salakangas. Floorball blocking the shot with his body, keeping Texas hopes alive. 2.5 minutes remain. Anderson Carlson going to the far boards, looking for Janssen. Go back behind himself. Anderson Carlson to Floorball. Peter Lindgren on the close wing. Janssen in center. Jonsson gets it to Anderson Carlson. Taking his time, he'll hit Pasi Järvinen, center mass. Deflected out of bounds off the body of Elamari Lehtinen. It's going to be a timeout called here by the Texas 39ers. 2 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the third period. They're going to look to make some offensive adjustments here. They haven't been able to get any traction against this tight Minnesota Growlers defense. Number 21, Peter Lindgren, also the coach of this 39er squad, talking to his team. The 39ers need 2 goals in 2 minutes. It's certainly attainable, floorball being the fast-paced, high-energy sport that it is, but it's going to take effort from the 39ers. The Growlers have had their number all day as they look to take down the reigning leaders in playoff contention and propel themselves back into the running. Texas coming back to the court now. Heading back to the court, it's going to be Peter Lindgren set to take the hit. He'll go to Anderson Carlson. Back to Peter Lindgren. Paulbrandt. Anderson Carlson. Empty net here for the 39ers. 6-on-5 play. Liljegren working with Paulbrandt. Texas speeding up the passing a bit. Janssen trying for a Zorro. High stick call is going to make the goal not count. A critical call. He had a high stick on the Zorro. Besides, it looks like Pasi Arvinen was coming around for it, and the goal had been knocked out anyways. The Growlers staying alive here. Nicholas Larsson back on the court here for the 39ers. Less than 2 minutes. Growlers holding on to their 2-goal lead. Ball sent out of bounds. It's going to be a Growlers hit in. The entire Texas bench is on their feet in crucial anticipation of these next few moments. Shot attempt there by Salakangas, sails wide. Larsson coming off the court rather early for the empty net strategy. William Jonsson at the point here, looking to lead his team to a goal late in the match. Anderson Carlson to Paul Brandt. Goes to Liljegren. Paul Brandt to Anderson Carlson again. Shot goes off the body there of Hiltonen. Losing control. Tita Salakangas sends it just wide of the empty net. Järninen going to back off and not get too greedy. 1 minute remaining in the match. Texas needs a miracle here for a comeback. Anderson Carlson across to Liljegren. Paul Brandt at the key. Lindgren on the close wing. Looking to Liljegren. Saved by Pasi Arvinen. A close call there for the Growlers. 45 seconds on the clock. Anderson Carlson. Shot sailing high, wide, out of bounds. It'll be a Growlers ball. .41 seconds left on the clock. The 39ers' chances looking grim. Korhonen taking it, deflected out of bounds off the body of Janssen. It'll be another Growlers hit in. Hiltonen, close wing. Going behind his own goal, facing the full court press here from Texas. It'll come to the boards. Can Matala break it away? Chipped up in the air by Letinimi to Hiltonen. A battle for possession. He's able to break it away with it on the close wing. Hiltonen driving down. He's got close defense behind him, but he's still able to get it to Ilomari Lehtinen, looking to Matala far side. Less than 20 seconds left. 15 now. 2-on-1 on the boards. Is it going to matter much for the 39ers? Kicked out. Paul Brandt losing control. Shot saved by Larsson in the last seconds. Liljegren. Shot deflected by Jussi Lehtinen. And that's the ball game. Cheers all around from the Minnesota Growlers. Your final score. Live from F&M Bank Arena in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's Minnesota Growlers 6, Texas 39ers 4. Texas remains the leaders in playoff contention here, but Minnesota propelling themselves back in the running as they take down the only undefeated team. The 49ers now fall to 4-1 on the season. A phenomenal matchup, Floorball fans. Perfect for NAFL primetime action. Thank you for joining our live stream. Stay on the broadcast as we'll bring you an exclusive NAFL postgame interview. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow again from F&M Bank Arena as we bring you more Floorball action live at 10, 1, and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Floorball fans of the NAFL, we've just gotten done with a thriller matchup between the Minnesota Growlers and the Texas 39ers. I'm joined here by number 13 of the Growlers squad, Julian Salagangas. How are you feeling after the win?
Big win. We got a couple games straight losses on the last couple games, so it was an important thing for the team to get the play going and keep it clean and safe.
Now, your team came out of the gate and came to an early lead against Texas from the very get-go in the match. What was the key to coming out with such energy?
I think, the game was delayed, so we got plenty of time to warm up. That helped us a lot because last game we were here quite late, and we had the same problems because warm-ups wasn't that long, and we weren't that prepared for the game. So today everything was better. We had got that big fight going on all the way from the beginning.
And what are the main lessons now that we're at the half point in the season that you've taken from the first 5 games that will propel you to the Troy Cup, hopefully, in the second half of the season?
We have conceded a lot of goals, so this was the first game that our defense was even a little bit better. So that's a main thing that we have to get that one going better. And that's we got played once against their opponent, so it helps a lot because we now know a little bit about their players and how they are going to play.
Well, best of luck the rest of the season. Thank you so much for joining us. Floorball fans, thank you for joining our broadcast here today, live from F&M Bank Arena in Clarksville, Tennessee. We'll see you tomorrow for 3 more games of exciting NAFL action. Until then, I've been your host, Tanner David.